us January to January. Our meetings are the first Tuesday of every month, and we meet in the basement of the new gym at 7:30. And I think if you would take the time to attend the meeting, you would see that there are a lot of things going on, and we do have a lot of projects that we need some help on. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Autry. Let's begin now with the team awards. First, for cross country, Coach Dave Valechik.
Up here with me is Coach Malcolm McDougall, who helped us with cross country this year. For the first time in several years, we were able to field a girls team, and we were very successful for the first time of having a team to compete. We finished 5th in the Greensboro Invitational, and we also finished 5th in the sectional, which is one spot away from qualifying for the state meet. As far as the young men this year, we were very young. We lost 4 of the top 5 runners this year from last year's team. We ended up with a conference record of 3 and 5. We did have one person make the all-conference team for the men's team, and also one young lady to make the all-conference team. We also had one young lady to make the state team. One thing that you will notice when I announce the recipients of the letters, and those people who did not letter, it was much easier for me to determine who did not get an academic award. Of all the sports that I've ever coached, cross-country runners seem to have the best grade point average. And I don't know why, but you would think that people would have a little bit more intelligence than going out and running 40, 50 miles a week. But generally, it takes a special breed of person, a lot of self-determination, and really a lot of willpower to go out there and train for this. At this time, I would like to introduce the women's team. First of all, the 9th graders, all the women letters. Stephanie Eicher, please hold your applause till we finish, please. Anna Andrews, and Liz Roy. Liz, as a 9th grader, was first team all-conference. She also qualified for the state meet and finished 10th in the state meet in Charlotte, which is a tremendous accomplishment. Please stay up here. I want people to look at you. Next, for our juniors, Lelania Strickland, who also received the Scholar Athlete Award. Trish Brewstead, who also received the Scholar Athlete Award. Amy Andrews, who is such a scholar that she's on an MUN trip in Norfolk. She's not be able to be here today. Now, for the men's team, for the sophomores, in order to letter across country, you have to score an 18. That means you have to come into the top 5. We had 3 young men who participated all year and did not score, but still receive a participation award. Sam Watts. Sam Watts also receives a Scholar Athlete Award. The last member of the junior class, also a Scholar Athlete Award. This young man also was named the first team all-conference, Joey Roy. We had 2 seniors who were also at the MUN meeting representing Northern and Norfolk, Virginia. They could not be here. Both of these young men are also Scholar Athletes as well as letterman, Tommy Dameron and Tom Clark. This year, Coach McDougall and I got together, I think a little bit different as far as team awards. Instead of letting the team vote for him, I decided to award him on the basis of what we felt was a deserving honor. And this year we voted 2 awards for both males and females. First of all was the most improved athlete. This went to a young lady who started off running in the 30s, 30 minutes, and finished up doing very well for us as her second runner. This is Anna Andrews. The most valuable female athlete goes to a 9th grader as well. And you can see that we're going to have a strong nucleus for a future strong women's team here at North. collectively finished second in the conference meet, finished 10th in the state meet as a ninth grader. It's a tremendous accomplishment. That's a very bright future ahead of her. Most valuable girls cross-country runner for 1986 was Roy. Our most improved runner, unfortunately, could not be here because of the end-to-end meeting for the men's team. That was Tommy Danvers, who came out and did an excellent job for us. The most valuable runner for the boys' team or men's team, I use those terms interchangeably, depending on who you ask, whether they're men or boys, I'm not really sure. The most valuable member of the men's team, by far, I think, was also the most dedicated runner. He was our number one runner every week that we ran. Remember the first team all conference, just a junior, expect big things from him next year, Joey Roy. I would like to, in closing, to thank the parents who came out and supported us. Also, Mr. Armstrong. Cross country is not, quote, a spectator sport, but we had a lot of support from the parents and all the runners that Coach were doing with myself. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And knowing Coach Lorenzi, you're not surprised to find out that he's very well thought of in the state of North Carolina for his work. And he'll be next to present the trainer's presentation. Coach Lorenzi. I'd like to have the student trainers and the managers stand come on forward, please. Student trainers and the managers this year, as always, has been a tremendous help to all the programs here at Northern. They've really given a lot in terms of their hours. They're all dedicated. Majority of them have worked with football, but we've had quite a few with the other sports, particularly soccer, especially in the fall. What I'd like to do first is introduce the managers here. The managers are on my right.
And we went on to lose to the state champions, which were Jordan High School. At this time, I'd like to introduce the players. They'll come up and I'll call their names. Starting with our sophomores, Lisa Ellis, Leslie Whitfield, Lynn Williams, who is also a scholar athlete, Liz Hunt, who is also a scholar athlete, but she can't be with us tonight, she's home with the flu. Christina Shelley, who is also a scholar athlete. Latia Robinson, our junior, who is also a scholar athlete. Starting with our seniors, we have Connie Ellis. Connie was also a three-year participant in volleyball. Okay, if you don't mind, holding your ball to the very end. Next, we have Kelly Ellis. She was also a scholar athlete in the senior year. Kim Porter, who was also a scholar athlete. Okay, now we have Tracy Greer. Tracy was a scholar athlete. She was a three-year participant in volleyball, and she also made all conference this year. Last but not least, was Julie Johnson. Julie's also a senior. She was a three-year participant, a scholar athlete, and all conference. Okay, now I'd like to present our awards. Okay, the first award I want to present is for the best scholastic average on the team. This goes to our senior, Julie Johnson. Our next award goes to our most improved player. This is a young lady who I'm sorry to say, I did not keep her for junior year. She came back as a senior, and she really gave it well over 100%. She improved greatly. She got a lot of playing time. It was really a great all-around athlete. Most improved goes to Kelly Ellis. For our most valuable player, it was a little different this year. We had a tie. The team voted on most valuable. I went to Coach Browning and talked to him. Told him I did not want to break the tie. So he said we can go ahead and get 2 trophies this year for most valuable. Our most valuable players go to our seniors, who are Julie Johnson and Tracy Greer. One last thing, I would like to encourage all of you, if you could, to come out and support the volleyball team. We start right at the very beginning of the school. We normally play on Monday and Friday, and we really need all the support we can get. We really start to become a real competitive team in our league, and we need all the support we can get. Thank you.
Thanks to Coach Clement, and it's really nice to sit here before everybody filed in tonight and see the kind of respect that the members of the team have for Coach Clement. Time now to do the soccer presentation. A rather interesting combination to make these presentations tonight, but I think it's a good team
Thank you. Could the members of the boys varsity soccer team please come forward? Come on up, guys. There's too many. We're going to do it a little different. And could I have the varsity players on my right and the juniors and sophomores on my left? I'd like to begin by saying that we had an overall record this year of 10 wins and 6 losses. Conference record was 4 wins and 4 losses, placing us in a third place position behind first place Chapel Hill and second place Jordan High School. We moved up a slot this year in the conference by placing third over Vance Henderson and Durham High. I'd also like to thank some people that have really helped us along the way in the last 3 years. First of all, I'd like to thank the trainers who acted not only as trainers but as managers as well. Pam Park, Jackie Todd, and Beth Honeycutt. Pam, I know, is with us this evening, and the other 2 girls that added the former commitments. I'd also like to thank one of our parents who has given us a tremendous amount of positive feedback and help by videotaping our games over the last 2 years. And I'd like to thank Mr. Moore. He's sitting down here in the middle, and I don't know if he's shy enough, but he can stand up for us. There he is. Thanks a lot. Mr. Moore has given us valuable feedback and also a tremendous amount of laughter during our practice sessions by giving us an opportunity to review our games and see what we're doing wrong and right. The reason I separated the team, seniors, juniors, and sophomores this year is this is the first opportunity I have as a coach to basically recognize the boys who started with us 3 years ago. This group of boys on my right are the original group of players that started with us, and they are the finalists, I guess you could say, of the 13 players that would have been here if the other players would have hung in there. I'd like to start by introducing Alan Moore, Timmy Hunt, Chris Brown, Brad Cook, and Michael Perry. These guys have worked real hard over the last 3 years, and they also were the ones responsible for starting soccer when they were in 7th grade 6 years ago. And it's been the first opportunity for them to actually stand up and say, we can play some soccer, and it's the first time they've been with a winning program. Congratulations to each one of these young men. Of the seniors over here, Tim Hunt and Chris Brown were our coach or our captains this year, with Chris Brown Jr. being our co-captain. And they've done a super job, and because of that, our record was hopefully and will be continuing in the right direction. Overall, the high score for us this year was Chris Brown with 15 goals, which put him not only top in the region, but was one of the top scorers in the state, and has been recognized in the state for being one of the contenders. The top scorer in the state this year had only 17 goals, and we have a junior coming up who's going to be a senior next year, which was only 3 goals off that mark. Our second highest score was John Downey, a junior, and Johnson, invaluable with us, playing defense and offense, and congratulations to those 2 young men. The scholar athlete normally is one with a C average or better. Because we had 19 boys of the 25 qualified, I'm going to give out those certificates later, but we had 19 of the 25 soccer players this year have a 3.0 grade point average or better, which is fantastic. At this time, I'd like to recognize the Northern High School scholar athlete for the fall sports who happens to be on our soccer team, who happens to be a sophomore with an overall grade point average for the first 9 weeks of a 95.8 did a heck of a job for us, playing offense and defense with the utility players. Mike Perry, first one here on your left. Mike came to us from a private school, was a goalie. We turned him into a field player, did a super job, and he was basically the junkyard dog of our soccer program over the last 2 years. When we needed somebody to go out there and really body up and help out, Mike was the one we called on. Chris Brown played center half for us this year, was fantastic defensively, helped us out offensively. Again, was not about to be beat, was a key factor in us winning most of our games down the road, and was super. Tim Hunt, captain, excellent player, going on to Charlottesville, I believe you want to see Charlottesville, hopefully going to play some soccer for them, super. Alan Moore, offensive, defensive player. Alan made a crucial score in one of our crucial games this year, broke the ice, and was probably the most motivating factor for us pulling out that game against Apex. Highlights of our season. We happened to beat Jordan High School for the first time, which was a real cross-town robbery. We beat the second place ranked team in the state by beating Raleigh Millbrook. We beat an Apex team. We played tough against some of the private schools in the state. I just don't want to say that the seniors were the ones responsible for the entire success of this year. We had some sophomores that were contributing factors. We had our goalie who was selected as an all-conference first-team selection, who is ranked right now as one of the top goalies in our conference, if not the top goalie, and possibly will be one of the top goalies in the state. Will Grimes. Other players who made all conference were Tim Hunt, who was selected as a defensive player, John Downey as a striker, and let me see, Christus Brown right here in front of me as a striker. Congratulations to those 4 individuals. Right now, I'd like to have the U.S. Army Sergeant Turner present the MVP award to our senior player this year who was selected by the coaches as well as the players. This MVP award exhibits and demonstrates leadership, team effort, compatibility with players, and just one heck of an all-out effort over the last 3 years. It's the first time this award has been presented by the U.S. Army, and I hope that's going to continue in the future. Sergeant Turner.
In cooperation with the National Soccer Coaches Association of America, it is my extreme pleasure to present to Northern High School the certificate of appreciation and to Tim Hunt. This certificate and award for being Northern High School's most valuable player.
Chris has got something he's going to give us. I'm not sure what it is. I'd like to just close by saying that of the girls I mentioned as trainers, we have 2 of those girls now going out for the girls soccer team, which is in its inception. We just finished our 2nd day of practice. Pam Martin, congratulations. Jackie Cotter, both going to be playing soccer for us at the varsity level, at the girls level this spring for us. Thank you.
As a representative of the team, I would just like to make a presentation to our coaches, Coach Etsy and Coach Crooks, who I don't think is here. I'd like to thank them for their efforts over the last 3 years, for everything
You guys deserve, give yourselves a hand. You certainly deserve it. One of the ingredients I think we decided is cohesiveness. And the coaching staff that is here tonight has been together for 3 seasons. And that's part of what makes it work. It's great leadership, it's great teamwork on the coaches and passing that along to the athletes. And it's a solid program, right from the feeder schools, Carrington and Shooting, into the JV football program, and then eventually onto the varsity, where they get the most headlines. Let's begin with the junior varsity football. Once again, Coach Inskip, another outstanding year. And the football program on the JV level continues to make for a successful varsity program. Coach Inskip's team was 9-1 this year on the JV level. And undoubtedly, as well known as he is, his recognition went up after an early season appearance on the WKIX High School Football Preview Show that he so graciously did. Here is Coach Sonny Inskip. Mark Scott. Sammy Trice. Brian King. Brian also gets the Scholar Athlete Award. Paul Mann. John Locke. Gets the Scholar Athlete Award. Chris Ewing. Carl Ward. Carl gets the Scholar Athlete Award. Kevin Jenkins. Kevin also gets the Scholar Athlete Award. Benny Lynn. Mike Burrell. Trent Hall. David Bowles. David also gets the Scholar Athlete Award. Freddie Brewer. Tom Breeze. Okay, we have one more award that we're giving this year for the first time, and it's for the best scholastic average for a JV football player. And the 1986 winner is Barry Martin. We appreciate your support and hope that we have it in the future. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, guys. It's a long way for all the football players in this room tonight from those hot summer days in August to the kind of night that we've got tonight, and even more so the wintry weather we had a couple of weeks ago. Time now to move on to varsity football. The man I'm about to introduce to you next will be the first person to tell you that it takes the effort of an entire coaching staff and the support of all of you to make for a successful football program. He's the man who